Welcome to Voiced. Today's post is from subreddit Amethy Asshole by Old Outlandishness 252, and it is about a young woman navigating a tricky situation with her roommates after they discover she's the landlord of the house they share. So I, 18-year-old female, am very lucky in that I have two very hardworking parents that are successful and love me. We aren't mega wealthy, but we are very comfortable as my parents are extremely smart financially. We own multiple houses as part of our real estate portfolio that we rent out for extra income. I recently started college, and as a present for working hard and getting into my dream school, my parents gifted me one of our houses that is near my college. I was going to inherit them all anyway, but I really appreciated their gesture. Where I live, real estate law is a little tricky, and we would have to pay significant taxes to officially transfer the house to me, so we decided to have my parents own it legally for now. The house is pretty big with 4 floors, including a fully furnished basement and a roomy attic, and since it is near my school, I decided to look for roommates so I could start earning money early. So far, I have 2 roommates who we'll call Sasha, 18-year-old female, and Bia, 19-year-old female, who also go to my school. We have been living together for a couple months now. They moved in around August, and we are all pretty good friends and very compatible roommates. This is where I might be the butthole. I didn't want to tell them that I own the house as I thought it might create a weird dynamic between us, and I didn't want them to view me any differently. We split the bills and rent, with me technically paying nothing. Since my father legally owns the house and we have different surnames, I took my mother's last name. They have no idea I own the house or that my dad just sends the money back to me. Sasha recently found the money my dad sent back while I was at class and told Bia, and they cornered me about it a few days ago. I told them everything, and they're mad at me for hiding this from them and think I'm not only in the wrong for keeping it a secret, but for making them pay rent in the first place. The house's mortgage has already been paid off, so the rent goes entirely into my pocket. I responded by saying that they shouldn't have gone through my mail in the first place and that it was illegal, which I'll admit was kind of a low blow. We weren't friends when they moved in, and the whole point of me wanting roommates was so that I could earn extra cash, so I don't see why I should let them reside for free. Ada here, Edit 1. People in the comments were asking, basically we have a system where whoever is home brings all the mail in and puts it on the kitchen island. B brought the mail in, but Sasha opened my mail before I got home. My dad doesn't send me straight up cash lol. He mails 2 checks with the amount Sasha and B paid. And when Sasha saw the checks from the landlord to me with the exact amount of her and B's rent, she put 2 and 2 together and interrogated me when I came home. I don't know why she opened my mail in the first place. I've never noticed her snooping before, but maybe she has, and I just never saw. Edit 2. Okay, answering a couple things I keep seeing in the comments. Yes, I know the assets aren't technically mine, but have unlimited access to them. Will inherit all of them one day. My parents have told me this directly, it's not an assumption. And my parents consider it equally mine, so yes, I consider them mine as well. I didn't earn them. I was just lucky enough to be born to amazing parents, and I'm grateful to them for that. Generic comment about evil landlords. Bia and Sasha are not poor, and I'm not charging way above market price. If they felt the price was too steep, they could dorm, which is actually cheaper, or find a cheaper place. They are paying extra for luxury. I'm not exploiting broke children. Why use checks instead of e-banking? I do all of my business online, but my dad bought a fancy custom mailbox, and he's trying and failing to convince my mom that it wasn't a waste, so he likes to mail everything now. I get letters instead of texts. Yes, it's ridiculous, and after this incident, we'll definitely be doing our finances online only. I maintain that I'm not mega rich. Yes, I acknowledge that I'm extremely privileged compared to most other Americans. But in my head, at least mega rich is people like my boyfriend's family that own actual mansions and have yachts, or like celebrities and billionaires with private jets, etc. Compared to most of my friends, I'm middle class. Why I changed my last name when I'm on good terms with my father. My parents are both British Indian immigrants, and my dad has a super ethnic and long, hard to pronounce last name, whereas my mom has a nice short and cute last name. When I apply for jobs, people will judge me based on my name, and I don't want that. My dad faced that discrimination, and I grew up in a predominantly white community, so I know people's perception of you change based on how American/white you are perceived to be. Also, my mom went through labor and 9 months of pregnancy. She deserves to have her last name continued. Update. I can't believe it's actually been almost a month since I posted this. School is crazy. Anyways, lots of y'all were asking for an update. Sasha ended up moving out amicably, and and I waived this month's rent for her and Bia because I felt bad about lying to them. The comments are right. It was selfish. I was only thinking about how I wanted to avoid confrontation and awkwardness, and I wasn't thinking about their feelings. Bia and I did acquire another roommate, who I was upfront with. I told her my parents own the house, and they sent me the money back, and she was actually pretty chill about it. My dad transfers the money to me the normal way now. My mom chewed him out for the whole situation. I'm not pressing charges against Sasha. She doesn't need a felony on her record because she made one mistake, especially since I made one too. We still talk occasionally because we have some of the same classes, but I'm just glad the whole thing is over. Thanks to all the polite. Some of y'all have a lot of resentment. You should work through comments. Your insight was invaluable. What a wild ride this post took us on. It's clear that navigating friendships and finances can be incredibly tricky, especially when there's a hidden landlord dynamic involved. I appreciate the honesty in the update. We all make mistakes, and it sounds like the writer is learning from this whole experience. It raises interesting questions about transparency and trust among friends. What do you all think? Should she have been upfront from the start, or was she right to want to avoid a weird dynamic? Let's discuss in the comments. Thank you for listening to today's episode of Voiced. If you enjoyed daily, high-quality stories, please like and subscribe to show your support.